World of YouTube, true crime material for sight. Unfortunately, I'm very peed off because my Google Photos did not save some saved photos I had last night. I'm pissed. But I'm going to get right into it because by request, someone has asked me to cover this case. The mother of missing 5-year-old Tennessee girl appears to have documented disappearance on TikTok. And what I don't have before me is some pictures that I took and screenshot, which is on my other phone. I took this phone and my new phone, and I didn't want to do this, but I had to put my do recorder on this because I didn't want to take up too much space on this phone. But because I was making a video, I had to do something, I had to put it on there because I tried doing something else, it didn't work, and blah blah blah. But once again, I'm pissed off because what I screenshotted last night on the phone is not on this one, and it should be in my Google Photos, but it wasn't. But I found some interesting stuff on this case, and of course, anybody knows there's not been any foul play reported. No suspects, no any known abduction, which to me it sounds pretty damn funny. Because last night I was looking at the house that this girl lived in. Now, supposedly the father has a background of spousal abuse. He was arrested, taken out of the house, charged with a bunch of stuff. But he said the wife changed her mind. Of course, a lot of abused women do. And said that he didn't hurt no one. Said he didn't hurt no one. But, you know, the call was made. But why does this have to do with the kid? It's beyond me. Oh, fuck. My phone off by accident. Some technical difficulties here, folks. But anyways, I just opened up another page to see if I could find the damn article I had saved off from. Nope. It's going to have to be in another video. But there is some pictures that were taken. And what sounds funny to me is supposedly the mother, the grandmother, and the 5-year-old were right. If everybody read this article, they were doing a garden up by a camper by the house. Now, I don't know if anybody checked this out, but the garden video has the awning pole from the camper in the picture. And if you look at the picture of the front of the house, or whatever the side of the house is, where the basement is, the door is below the camper. It is a distance from the camper, but if you were doing a gardening or whatever in that position of that awning was, you can rightfully see someone take that girl out from the door, unless they went to the right. You know, I don't know I will have to look. I did not take a screenshot of the sky view of the house, but I don't have a number either to look up on Google Maps to, get the exact house. I'm planning on doing that, but I might as well do it in another video. But if you look at them photos, which I did screenshot and save, but mind you, now that I'm looking for them, I can't find the friggin' article of the house. I mean, it could be there, but I just went on 2 or 3 of them, and there was no house. There was no pictures. So things you can see could be changing, could be erasing. supposedly the father, now it says that the father was having problems with the wife. It sounded like he was at the house at that day. But then in another part of the article, which I think I did save on my other phone. Hopefully they're still there. But, of course, everybody said the girl went into the house and was going to go downstairs in the basement and play with her toys. And by the time the father and the mother got down there, the search called her name through the house. The door was unlocked. The girl was gone. Now, all depends of an upbringing of a child, but sometimes 5-year-olds can be very curious, very smart. Yes, they could get her snuck out of the house. But due to what they have already searched, it does sound very fishy. It does sound like someone wanted the girl to be taken. And for whatever reason, that only lies ahead into the investigation. But like I said, the investigation already rules out foul play, abduction, and one thing I noticed in Tennessee in this area is I did look on Google Maps. I couldn't find the exact house, but I was looking at the terrain. There's a lot of hills in that area. Now call me crazy. I'm not saying this is true. This is just something I looked up because when stuff like this does happen, I do also look to alternatives. And there was a story that I caught back in 2019 about the Tennessee wild man. Now, don't get me wrong, I could be just flabbergasting or just, how would I say it? But I like to throw the supernatural in there too. And the Tennessee wild man is so much in the mix of being a Bigfoot, or to me, a skinwalker. And probably a shapeshifter is right. Especially being out in them neck of the woods out west. And being in the mountain range area. Yeah, you can't disclose not looking into this kind of stuff. And I do have on Google Maps how far this house is from the last sighting of the Tennessee wild man. But the way the case is going, and now this come up, I am looking at the parents, 100%. But it don't hurt to throw in there, because just say so if the parents happen to come out with this story and use that against everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I'm bringing up the Tennessee wild man. Could they have used an ancient laurel, an ancient, what do you call it? Damn it. Ancient, folklore. Will they use this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I do believe in this stuff. And there were kids that went missing and was found in high terrain now. High terrain. Where this kid, at a young age, could have never have gotten up that high of a range. So that's why I look to this kind of stuff too. But the way this is going, and, reading the article fully, I believe the parents had something to do with this. Because you know what? I don't care, man. 5-year-olds sometimes have character. Sometimes they're very independent. Hell, my kid was 5 years old, and I would let him run outside with all the other kids when I lived in a big kidded family community. But I would also be out there monitoring him always. You just can't And who knows how long the time period from, the mother saying they were gardening and the kids said, I'm going downstairs to play with my toys. And just for that being said, it's like, yeah, kids get bored fast. Kids don't want to do everything you want them to do. You can say that right off the bat. Even my kids right now, I just brought them out to the carnival. Get them out of the house. Been there 5 hours. Half an hour, an hour and a half, and 2.5 hours at night. And in the morning, they were crying, oh, I'm sick, and they want to go home. But then they go back, and they're doing this, and then they're bored again. Kids these days, you cannot keep them occupied. No chance in hell. And this kid, I can tell already, had to have had some type of ADHD. Because when they're on the go, and they get bored, and they're this, that, that's hyperactivity. And I have one that does that very badly. And with that being said, and for the family, right, to put their kid, they want to play toys. In a room, mind you, where the house I'll show, or if you look at it yourself, you'll see the door at the bottom of the hill. It's right. And if I had that type of house, I would definitely be keeping an eye on my kid, because being that close, the hell was that? Bear with me, I heard a tap. And the building's closed. And I think I have gotten a ghost orb in this building before. Huh. Yep. Nice loud tap. I've been in this building. One night I had something flapping up in the rafters in this place. I was trying to get my truck over here with a friggin' bright light to see what the hell it was, because it looked like it was stuck in it was flapping around, and I think it might have been a great horned owl at this building. I was going to see if I can help it, but by the time I got back, sucker was gone. Supernatural things, folks. That's right. I don't disclose nothing, and I would look at it into this story too, but just by finding out the way the parents are acting, and yeah, here they are. Oh, I mean, right, you can put up there on TikTok, whatever, Facebook. Oh, my child's missing, but I can just imagine if they're saying it this way. And TikTok is for more like doing, short prank fun videos. Why is the mother using TikTok? Because you only allowed so many seconds. I noticed that on Instagram. You can't load these videos there. And when you do, you got a certain time. So TikTok and her doing it on that, it's kind of ludicrous if you ask me. Something does seem fishy in this case, and I will be going more towards the parents, especially after I seen the mapping of the house, or how far the so-called garden was from the door of the house where the girl could have gotten out of. So with that being said, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was thinking Tennessee Wildman, because, right, it's not too far, but when I started looking at the trailer and everything, and the awning on the trailer, then I started getting fishy about the parents and relatives. Because when I do my video next on that, and I'll detail out on how far that trailer is from that door. If that was an abduction, that girl should have been screaming. Unless someone cupped her mouth, but I don't know, it's tough. And I think it has to do with an abduction, or hell, they're just trying. Or, people these days have been killing their kids off left and right, people. And when it gets too much these days, I think I mentioned in the video, one video that I was talking about a woman threw her infant and 3-year-old out the window. And someone was, struggling to fight to get them kids out of her hands. And she was grasping like a dirty, rotten person. And, finally got him away from her, but threw him out a second-story window. And you've been hearing that a lot these days, man. Kids just dying left and right, because, parents these days are not equipped. And that's why I think there should be a whole new education program for people who want to become parents. I mean, there was a time in my life where I was struggling real bad with my kids because they were difficult, but I'm a warrior. I get through things. I mean, hopefully I get through this thing I'm going through now. And this is a tougher fight, tougher than raising kids, I can tell you. But I'm trying to get through it. And, it's difficult. It's very difficult. And when you got kids that are, I'm sure this kid they have has ADHD problems, hyperactivity problems. And some people can't deal with that. So that being said, who knows what's really going on with this kid? And what the parents were getting sick of. But it's a very, very fishy. And there she is right there. And I'll tell you, just by looking at that picture, man, she looks like she's got a lot of energy. And when parents can't handle that lot of energy, these days there's a lot of them, sadly to say, easier to get rid of than deal with. And with that being said, I hope this girl is alive, but I have a bad feeling she ain't. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go over some mapping. I'm gonna go over the house and the picture of what I see in my next video on this, but there's something very fishy going on with this. I don't even know if I want to watch that, but yep. Yeah, I mean, it looks like an innocent enough, just a picture with words on it, but very interesting, folks. This story is very interesting. But until that next video, be safe, take care, and I will have that other one coming out next of what I seen and what makes me very, very suspicious. But once again, I can't point the finger right away either. I just gotta, these are one of them things you can come up with thoughts, theories, ideas, but you can't point that finger yet. You can't. So I give my full condolences to the family. I hope she is found safe. But, oh man, I just hope and pray that you did not do what I think you did. Because the way I see it, what I see doesn't look too good right now. But just pray, people, and I give my best wishes to hope this girl comes through safe and sound. Out.